Hi everyone, hope all are doing fine. Through my channel Political Science Tutorial, I am going to upload videos covering general topics of political science. For any competitive exam, political science is a must-read subject. So considering the problems which the students face, we are going to upload videos which will help you for UGC NET or SELECT or any other competitive exams. My first topic is on Plato. Plato was a great Greek philosopher of Western philosophy. He was born about in 5th BC and was so influential that today also we have to go through his philosophy. Before studying Plato's philosophy and his idea of justice, ideal state and guardians, we will go through the history of Plato's birth. Here is the map of 500 BC Greece. You see that here is Athens, the birthplace of Plato. And now we have to remember some points about Plato. He was born in 5th century BC in 427 around 428 BC, and then there were many city-states in Greece, but the main were Sparta, Athens, Corinth, Thebes, Syracuse, etc. Each city-state ruled itself and they were self-dependent, and each city-state has population of 40,000 to 1 lakh. Athens was the largest city-state with 1 lakh population. When Plato was born, there was a great war going on, Peloponnesian War, from 431 BC to 404 BC, and it was devastating for Athens. When Plato was born and brought up in his youth, he has seen the war and was very much depressed. And then Pericles was the Athenian democratic leader. He died in the year 428 BC. This war was fought between Athens and its allies, Peloponnesian League, and Sparta and its allies, Delian League. In this war, Athens lost, and Athens' economic and military power weakened, and arise a new situation called stasis. Often it translated as civil war, which is promoting only violence and injustice. Plato's philosophy was based on the effort that a new political model will be developed to prevent stasis from happening again. In those days, war and peace was common factor, but this war was the worst, because then in ancient Greece, war code was followed called polemos, and this was, you can say, to maintain stability among cities even when war was fought. But after Peloponnesian War, Athens faced stasis or civil war, and the rule of 30 tyrants happened in Athens' history. In the meantime, in 399 BC, these 30 tyrants executed Plato's mentor Socrates. Who was Socrates? Socrates was the wisest man of Greece, but he was executed because he taught the youth of Greece that think with your reason. And these 30 tyrants who were against this, and Plato was among the Socrates' students who was attracted by Socrates' this method, and Socrates' method was dialectic to gain self-knowledge. When Socrates was executed in 399 BC, Plato fled away from Athens, and he became so frightened that after 13 years he returned in Athens and founded his academy in 386 BC, and up to his 80 years or 347-48 BC he was the teacher of his academy and died 347 BC or probably 348 BC. Plato's famous books. Plato wrote various books, but among those famous are Republic, the Statesman, the Laws, the Symposium, and we are going to discuss about Plato's justice and ideal state and guardians, which is mainly mentioned in the book Republic. To discuss justice, Plato was discussed before this 4 virtues: wisdom, courage, temperance and justice. These are main. According to Plato, wisdom, courage and temperance you can see in the society, but justice, it is a virtue which is hard to practice because it can only practiced by only a just man, and these just men are the Plato's guardians or the rulers. To define justice, Plato divided human psyche into 3 categories: reason, courage and appetite. Among three virtues, Plato consider reason is the best, because the courage, according to Plato, it is a limited virtue, because the man of honor only knows how to show his courage, but he cannot consider why, when, where, because it will be directed by rulers. And by appetite, Plato means desires which are directed towards things, and this is neither true nor good in themselves, because desires always multiply and it become more difficult to satisfy. And only for Plato, reason is the best virtue, and only through reason man can gain self-knowledge. Only reason can complete the happiness of the other virtues. Plato sees a very close connection between instability of character and political instability, because rulers are the main concern of Plato, and rulers should be just men, only just men. And in the Republic, Plato show how just men can be produced and how advantageous it would be if they were to rule a polis. And according to Plato, if everyone does his duty properly, justice will be ensured in a city-state. Now we are going to discuss about Plato's ideal state. As before, I have told you that Plato's only concern was to prevent stasis or civil war. So his philosophy is totally based on how a state should be ruled and what will be the nature of an ideal state. Plato's Republic is designed to bring the realities of power into the open, or where the power exactly be exercised, by whom the power will be exactly exercised. And he is clear here about his rulers. His rulers are the guardians, the just men, and they are totally, and for his guardians there is no place for informal oligarchies of wealth and influence. Plato also asserts family, caste based on wealth are often the basis of disproportionate power in states. And the purpose of the political engineering in the Republic is to neutralize them. Plato always want that his guardians will be not influenced by informal oligarchs or wealth or any caste or any class. The guardian class. Who will be the guardian of the state? Common men? No, a big no. Plato never placed a common man in the ruling class because according to him, ruling is a craftsmanship, and for this reason, like any other skill, they required specialized training and apprenticeship. Plato structured society in three classes: rulers, soldiers, and artisans. Rulers, who will be the rulers? Among whom the virtue of reason is dominated. They will be the rulers. Soldiers, among whom the virtue of courage will be dominated. And artisans, among whom the virtue of appetite will be dominated. And peoples will be in their places according to their skill, and they will be do their job properly, and only then justice will be ensured in an ideal state. Like any other art, for Plato, managing others is also an art. So he kept a rigorous training for guardians, and that would be up to 50 years. There would always be guardians in training. And in this process of training, there will be two stages, lower and upper. In lower stage, education of different subjects like literature, maths, music and gymnastics will be promoted, and in higher stage, difficult subjects like training in dialectics or training in philosophy will be conducted. And in higher stage, dialectics will be exercised properly, because only according to Plato, dialectically trained mind will be able to see form of good, and the highest kind of philosophical knowledge is dialectically trained mind. Though Plato never defined the form of good, according to him, the ruler class who are dialectically trained, they will automatically will be able to see the form of good. Regarding the question of competition, according to Plato, just men will not compete with each other. The competition is only with unjust men. In other words, when the rulers will be trained, there will be many, but what will be if they compete with each other? Here Plato is clear that they will be just men and they will not compete with each other. Their competition with whom? With only unjust men. Plato's goal was always universalize justice, and in his definition, justice is always political, and his guardians will rule in that direction only. His guardians will rule only to universalize justice, and for this reason he denied wealth and family to his rulers, because they will be corrupted. If they own wealth or family, they will be corrupted. Again, Plato was against the making of any rule for the guardians because he thinks that the decisions of the guardians will be the final because they are dialectically trained mind and they will take decisions properly and justice will be ensured by their decision. But here critics raise the question that if no law has been made for rulers, then there will be no control over the guardians. But Plato was confident about his guardians and they will do no mistake. Plato was a student of Socrates, we have discussed earlier. Socrates also considered four virtues: wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. And perhaps Socrates possesses them all, and for that reason, the rulers of Athens executed him because he was a man of reason. He questioned always why, and that was not suitable for the rulers. Plato's book, The Republic, where he wrote about the ideal state and guardians and justice, is in a dialogue form. There are different characters, and among them Socrates is also a character, though before that Socrates has been executed. And Plato's political theory affirmed absolutes and permanent truths, because for sophists there is no permanent truth. Truth is always relative and it matters in different aspect differently. But for Plato, truth is absolute. Truth exists without any contradiction. And his theory was also ethical relativism of Heraclitus, and he was not the supporter of democratic Periclean Athens. Now a question for you: which one of that is not a source of Plato's theory of ideas? Heraclitus, the notion of sphere of becoming; Antisthenes, the notion of absolute asceticism, the rigorous self-mortification; Socrates, the doctrine of concepts; Eleatics, the idea of a sphere of absolute being. The answer is B, Antisthenes. He was a Greek philosopher and pupil of Socrates. Now I will discuss in my next video about another great philosopher, Aristotle. For now, goodbye.